With Christmas 364 days away, people who already have their decorations up, why? In Sweden, we celebrate Christmas for 20 days, which results in us celebrating the end of Christmas on the 13th of January. Up until then, you're supposed to keep the Christmas decorations up. Actually, Christmas isn't over, it's just many unaware people are done with it already. Christmas is celebrated for 12 days, hence the song, up until the Epiphany on Jan 6. Then the overall season officially closes on the Sunday after the Epiphany. So, no, Christmas is very much still going on. I used to work as an assistant to people with various mental challenges. This one guy kept his decorations up 365 days a year. Nothing like chilling in the living room in July and there's a fully lighted and decorated Christmas tree standing there. Down the street from the house I grew up in, there was a neighbor who had their Christmas tree lit up and decorated year-round. We saw it in their window for my whole childhood. We used to joke that maybe they were aliens that fell in love with human holidays and each room of their house was dedicated to a different one. Yeah, my grandma's nativity scene was set up so the three wise men were traveling somewhere in the house. On Christmas they'd start heading towards the nativity scene where baby Jesus had finally appeared on Christmas. The three kings would arrive on Jan 6th, and the nativity scene was finally complete. Enjoy the scene for a week or so. I'm not taking them down because I work in a hospital, so I didn't get to see my family or get to do anything except cry and be depressed and get worked to death while everyone is out traveling to see their families without masks. While my own COVID-positive father has been laying in a hospital bed for a month. Therefore, the holidays didn't exist for me this year. Why deny the little joy it brings me when I can have a year-round tree lamp to stare at? After learning how many people died today, my lights are staying up and my fake tree is my new reading lamp. I deserve 365 more days of light to guide me through this clusterfuck of hell people have created because they can't bear to stay the fuck home or do something as simple as wear a mask. Hey, it's so funny guys, do you get it? You see, everyone still has all of their decorations up because it has only been one day since Christmas. But since the holiday only happens once a year on the 25th of December, there is almost one entire year until the next Christmas, so it's weird how everyone is prepared for an event that is so far away. TLDR, you're not funny. My younger brother is currently in inpatient rehab, but he is getting out next week. He just turned 18, so we're going to do a combined Christmas and birthday celebration with him. For anybody struggling with addiction of any kind, know there are people out here to help out, even myself. Happy holidays folks, stay healthy and warm. I tried taking my tree down. As I did, I heard a weird rustling sound, which is weird as it's an artificial tree. I tried again, same thing. Next thing I know, this gnome appeared. My name is Art, and I live in this tree. It is so hard to breathe when you put me and my family in the box. I said, well, Christmas is over, what would you have me do? He said, as a gnome I do magic, and if you leave the tree up I will do magic for you to help you for the next year. After 2020 I think the answer is obvious, so that is why the tree is up and why you might occasionally find cookies around it. I hope this helps. I don't know what this means about me psychologically, but I take it all down right away. I'm actually on a break now from cleaning. I just need it all gone. I need my space back. Our living space is small, so maybe that's why. I need my place back in order, and it's a good time to move some furniture around, do a deep clean, and just make it all feel fresh. I look forward to it and enjoy it. Disappointed I couldn't find any genuine whooshotism in the comments. Frown, please link me if you find that guy who angrily says that they're still up from this year and not for next year, as I'm feeling pretty low about myself and want to let them know that their mom would have benefited more from the protein she'd have gained from swallowing him than actually birthing him. My mother always had one tree that she left up year-round decorated. There was another one in the fancy living room that she would take down every year, but she always left the one up. Now, I know that the reason my mom never took the tree down. I always thought my mom just loved Christmas and was a crazy Christmas lady. Turns out a few years before my dad died, he asked her to leave it up because he liked the lights. My dad passed away in 2010. My mom passed away in October, and I just now found out it was all because of my dad. It used to be common to leave Christmas stuff around until 6th of January year-round. The city doesn't remove their Christmas lights earlier, etc., but nowadays, this is sadly done earlier, so our capitalist industry, which started Christmas stuff in early November or some nonsense, can yeet Easter shit out in fucking January. In the UK, and possibly elsewhere, technically Christmas is supposed to be from Christmas Eve through to 12th night on Jan 6th. You should decorate on Christmas Eve and take decorations down on Jan 6th, so it's the people who put up their decorations at the beginning of December that have it wrong. Smile. We put our tree up Christmas Eve. We wander into our woodlot and pick the best Charlie Brown we can find. That's why our tree and few decorations stay up, because they went up on actual Christmas, and it's festive for New Year's. We are also one of those people in the country with year-round house lights ... but they are just warm white ones, so not too trashy lol. A man who lives on my street, he leaves his Christmas lights hung up all year long, turns them on every night. It's been like this since I moved here 15 years ago. I imagine it will be still hung up 15 years from now. Don't know the guy from the next stranger in line, but man, do I have some questions for him. Reminds me of one year, we decided to keep our Christmas tree up because it looked nice and we didn't really know what else to put there. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, we had to move out of that place, and our move-out day was the 24th of December. We made sure that tree was the last thing to come down. I always leave my decorations up until at least January 6th. A lot of people don't really realize that the Christmas day is the first day of the 12 days of Christmas. I've never been one to put my tree up in the days after Halloween and then tear it down the day after Christmas. I like to enjoy the holiday. Christmas lasts 12 days. There's a song about it. Today is Boxing Day. Also, my wife loves Christmas. The whole Christmas season. Nobody quite knows the reason, but hey, it makes her happy and it's harmless. She keeps a few decorations up year-round to have a little bit of Christmas spirit around. My mom gave me a LED star lamp last year as a side gift for Christmas. Since the breakup, all good. But decorations aren't my thing, so GFS did it. There aren't many shiny things here, so I kept the star lamp running at my window for the last 12 months and it will still go till next Christmas and beyond if things go well. I was a lazy, yet efficient, bachelor in my 20s and I developed a system that would legitimize my tree from December through March. Decorate your tree and make sure to use a base of one white lighted ribbon and one red lighted ribbon instead of stringed lights. Mid-January, remove all holiday themes off of the tree except for the white and red lighted ribbons. You can now leave your Valentine's Day tree up until mid to late February. Remove the red ribbon. You now have a green tree wrapped in a white lighted ribbon. You can leave your St. Patrick's Day tree up until late March. Around late March, Easter time is approaching. At this time, take down your Christmas/Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day tree and put up your Easter decorations. Bonus if you have any ornaments that can be interpreted as Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day ornaments. In Sweden, Christmas traditionally ends on the 13th of January, which is 20 days after Christmas Eve. Jugendag Knut, dances Julenut is a common saying. It means 20th day Knut. Christmas is danced out. Knut is a saint. That's the day you traditionally take down the Christmas decorations, but a lot of people do take them down before that. As much of a pain as it is to put lights on my house, I want to know why it isn't more socially acceptable for me to just leave them up if I don't turn them on. If it's just little bulbs along the edge of the roof you can barely see them, sure, Don't leave the giant inflatable snowman or whatever out, but why can't I leave my dinky lights up? I grew up in Denver, CO. Back in the day, many years ago now, it was kind of a big deal to leave the Christmas lights up through the livestock show and rodeo, which was in mid-January. Even the big light show at the city and county building stayed up and on. Don't know if that is still a thing though. Ours stay up until New Year's Day at least. My grandmother's basement is only ever used for our annual Christmas Eve party. It hasn't had its Christmas decorations removed for decades at least. I sometimes like to poke my head down there during the year for a random Christmas feeling. I don't know if one of her kids maintain it, but it never feels old or dusty or anything. It's like it is frozen in time. My parents leave a portion of their Christmas decorations up until February usually, mainly my mom's absolutely massive snowman collection, since that's more winter-themed than specifically Christmas-themed. But we usually take our tree down right around New Year's. I know this is a joke post, but my parents like keeping up the Christmas decorations until Chinese New Year. Smile, it reminds them of the celebrations, lights back in China, and it feels festive, appropriate for the new year. My wife has beautied her shit up what I consider crazy early, around Thanksgiving, but by God she has that tree down and decorations boxed up before all the wrapping paper is even off the floor, and I'm still installing batteries and cutting opening toys. I find it odd. They don't. Christmas count cannot exceed 358 days till Christmas. The other days are the precious days after Christmas. I see it as a 1-week grace period till the 358-day count begins. That's why no one has their Christmas tree up 364 days early. You are joking. But when I was a student I had a friend who had a huge flat. She would buy a fake Christmas tree every year, decorate it, and keep it all year. By the time she graduated uni, she had 6 trees decorating her apartment, each with a distinct color code. My family's always left decorations for major holidays up. On my last birthday they never took down the happy birthday sign they hung on the wall because my cousin's birthday was also coming up and it just ended up staying there. My birthday is in March, so it's been there for almost a year. Very pog. I put mine up really early this year due to being utterly fed up with COVID, lockdown, restrictions, loneliness and boredom. Right now I have absolutely zero plans to take them down. I am going to leave them up whilst the dark nights are here and enjoy the warm twinkling and sparkling. Fuck it. So I sometimes wish and fully expect that Grinch motherfucker to steal Christmas because unlike me, he can clean house. And as painstaking as it was for my GF to put up those decorations, I'd be welcome to him taking everything down in a flash, but I don't have any cans of Who hash. If you are in the Eastern Church, following the Julian calendar, Christmas is 13 days away. If you observe Christmas in keeping with the Western Church, following the Gregorian calendar, Christmas is 0 days away, and will continue to be 0 days away for another 10 days after today. In either case, Merry Christmas. A lot of people leave decorations up from Thanksgiving to New Year's, but I have Star Shower, which is one item that you put out in the yard and laser lights move all over the trees, creating jeweled lights on any tree you aim at, and you can use the lights year-round for nighttime beauty. Minister here. Christmas season is 12 days long, not 2 months leading up to December 25th. Centuries ago Christmas was a 12-day festival, and over time it got shorter and shorter and to only being 1 day. Many churches still celebrate 12 days of Christmas. That's where the song comes from. It wasn't just an arbitrary number. Have you heard the song The 12 Days of Christmas? How about the Shakespeare play Twelfth Night, or what you will? Do you know what the significance of the number 12 represents in the song and play? We, in the US, celebrate Christmas as a secular holiday on December 25th, but it has a religious significance as well, that is supposed to represent the date of the birth of Jesus. Though, If he is a real historical figure, and not just a mythological figure, he most likely wasn't born in the winter. 12 days from December 25th is January 6th. This is the holy day called the Epiphany. In Western Christianity, the feast commemorates principally, but not solely, the visit of the Magi to the Christ child, and thus Jesus' physical manifestation to the Gentiles. It is sometimes called Three Kings Day, and in some traditions celebrated as Little Christmas. Eastern Christians, on the other hand, commemorate the baptism of Jesus in the Jordan River, seen as his manifestation to the world as the Son of God. In my household growing up, Christmas decorations weren't supposed to go up at all until Christmas Eve, and they were supposed to stay up until Epiphany on January 6th. No matter what, you could start taking them down on January 7th, and no earlier. The people who threw out their natural Christmas trees on Christmas Day were shameful, if not outright evil. While I no longer hold any religious views that require me to decorate, or take down the decorations on any specific day, I still like to keep things lit up until the first week of January comes to an end. For the 12 Days of Christmas Songs Wiki, the 12 days in the song are the 12 days starting with Christmas Day, or in some traditions, the day after Christmas, 26 December, Boxing Day or St. Stephen's Day, as being the feast day of St. Stephen Protomartyr, to the day before Epiphany, or the Feast of the Epiphany, 6 January, or the 12th day. 12th night is defined by the Oxford English Dictionary as the evening of the 5th of January, preceding 12th day, the eve of the Epiphany, formerly the last day of the Christmas festivities and observed as a time of merrymaking. The culture that I grew up with believed that Christmas Day was changed a long time ago to make it more marketable, and that Christmas, the day that Jesus was born, is actually on January 6th. The people who follow my culture also don't see Christmas as a major holiday. Instead, Father New Year delivers presents and Easter is the big holiday. I don't follow it because I don't believe in it, but celebrate Christmas only for my kids. Because it was my wife and I's first tree. It's a fake tree but a very expensive nice one, and we bought it late, like exactly 1 week ago. My wife works the night shift and we barely have time to go out and go shopping or do much together, hence why we bought it late. She was up fixing it to make it look nice. We figured since we put it up so late we will keep it up until the end of January, so it will be like 1 month, since most people put up their Christmas trees early to mid-December and take it off after New Year's. As I understand it, the 12 days of Christmas start on the 25th and end on 6th on the Epiphany, so for many of us Europeans, the tree is put up the night before the 24th, which is when we get presents, and left up for all 12 days of Christmas. When I moved to Canada, I was surprised to learn that for North Americans, the 12 days of Christmas was interpreted as the 12 days preceding Christmas. Growing up there as a kid, I was always a little sad that my European family only put up the tree so late, so even if the technically correct meaning is to put up the tree after Christmas Eve, I always put mine up a little earlier now, but I do leave mine till the 6th. Everyone makes a big deal about Christmas from Thanksgiving all the way through Christmas Day, and then the day after people are like, I hate Mariah Carey. And why are your decorations still up? I get it, you're kidding. I spent one Christmas with the Latina ex's family and they do their big dinner and gifts on Christmas Eve night, Noche Buena, and then do nothing on Christmas Day, which was strange to me. Am I the last one who still thinks Christmas is 12 days like the song says and lasts until Jan 5th, the Feast of the Epiphany? The Romans knew what they were doing when they made Christmas overlap with traditional pre-Christian midwinter festivals. Forget this 1 or 2 days off thing. Feast and party for 12 days to fatten up for the winter, and so you can sign up for and eventually quit that new gym membership you've been contemplating. Well, it's almost the new year, which means it is almost MLK Day, which means it is almost February, which means it is almost Valentine's Day, which means it is almost March, which means it is almost Pi Day, which means it is almost April, which means it is almost spring break, which means it is almost May, which means it is almost Memorial Day, which means it is almost June, which means it is almost the end of the school year, which means it is almost summer break, which means it is almost the start of the school year, which means it is almost Labor Day, which means it is almost October, which means it is almost Halloween, which means it is almost November, which means it is almost Veterans Day, which means it is almost Thanksgiving, which means it is almost December, and almost December means one thing: it is almost Christmas. So that's why.